attitude, the arrogance, and this is actually something that could potentially damage the industry.
I mean, I bought this retail,
wow.
And now when I walk in, they act like I'm just a nobody. They will not give me a watch.
I feel awkward, and with me many others, I feel awkward the moment I walk into a Rolex boutique. People look you up and down and think you're fucking nothing. I have a video of a Rolex dealer in fucking Vegas. I shit you not, I was on the point to buy a fully factory diamond set platinum Daytona. I shit you not, I have this on video right here. She's literally playing a video game, mate. Like, is this what it should be?
I mean, I've heard a lot of horror stories recently about bad experiences.
You raise the price, Sean?
Yeah, I'm selling a watch to this guy. I give him a price. I tell him, you know, this is the price that we need for it. And instead of considering the price, he called the guy that we bought it from and asked the guy, how much did they pay for it? And the guy told them, and then he said, well, I want to pay what you paid for it. And I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how this works.
I mean, I bought this retail,
wow.
And now when I walk in, they act like I'm just a nobody. They will not give me a watch.
Well, it's so funny you say that because yesterday I had a conversation with a guy and he was saying how a lot of people used to complain about the gray market. So us being considered the gray market where we're not an authorized dealer, we buy these watches and we resell them and you trust us to know that the watches are legitimate, everything's good, and that we're giving you a fair deal, everything like that. Because there's no guidelines, right? There's no retail price. There's no someone governing over us except for the government.
If you want to make a quick $3,000, you can just flip it. It's
exactly.
All right. Yeah.
So, but the one thing that he did say is that the authorized dealers, and I haven't experienced this myself because I don't go to authorized dealers. I've only heard stories from clients and people that the authorized dealers, when you go in now, it's first off, the product already sells itself, so you don't even need to know anything. Like literally, you can just take this, put it on the shelf, and it just sells.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want it or you don't want it? Whereas before it was like, you know, the white glove treatment. They take it out.
Oh, totally, yeah.
With the white gloves and a glass of champagne.
But now it's literally empty cases and them going like,
exactly.
Put your name on a list. I had this theory though, and I guess maybe I'm wrong because I've never heard anybody admit it, but I feel like they cut out the ADs, but they're still only selling to ADs. And then all the ADs are getting all the watches, and then that's why all the prices just keep going up.
So
nobody's getting the watches from boutiques, bro. It's
I will tell you that authorized dealers are getting almost nothing.
Really?
Like the guys who are authorized dealers, it's like they'll get a ton of ladies pieces, but they're not really getting, or they'll get stuff that's undesirable, but they're not really getting anything hot.
Yeah.
The hot stuff is going, you'll never see it on the showroom floor because it goes directly from it gets sent from Switzerland. So let's say AP, the day it arrives, the client's picking it up.
I know.
That's it. And like you'll never see it out. You'll never see anyone like talking about it. It just goes straight to collector risk. So I'll tell you this. This is another AP
that's a Turbo you could get for 120.
And I'm not just saying it. It really severely is undervalued compared to anything else because this is like a lot more watch than, for instance, a skeleton, and it's trading at 100K under a skeleton.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Is it the ultra thin?
Thin turb.
Yeah.
So
that watch at first, I mean, you could buy that watch for 120 all day.
Yeah, less.
Yeah.
I bought the first one we got. I think we paid 80 something for.
So how much do you want for this
See,
one?
this has my heart.
So that's watch archive. It's a full set, box papers, everything, and we're asking 265.
Blue face tourbillon.
This is just such a fuck you watch.
Which?
Blue face.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
Yeah.
It's up to you if you like it extra thin. I personally don't like extra thin.
I like extra thin. I don't like them thick.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not mine, but like I like
Size
thin
is
watches.
perfect.
I don't like the thick watches. So 265.
With box, archives, full links, everything.
How much is this one going now?
That one actually is very rare. It has a card, which is
His?
pretty
His
difficult
factory
to
set?
find. It's
Yeah.
a 15400 because they were all
Oh,
books
yeah.
until
It's all factory
2017.
shit,
Yeah.
So it was only made with a card for like
Oh, I
4
don't know.
months before it was
Then you
discontinued.
said it's after.
So-
yeah, aftermarket. I was like,
A normal one is going like 115. So that's what we're asking for that with the card.
But yeah, the other one, you know which style I mean, right?
The gradient, the sunburst style.
Yeah. What are you
Sunburst
asking
style.
for that one?
That one we don't have. They're actually trading pretty close in price. That one's pushing closer towards 3. But I personally
Do they have a
prefer-
gradient blue?
They have the
Tourbillon?
gradient blue turb.
On
Sunburst.
road? Oh yeah.
It's a really cool watch. I personally like the classic look better. Like even like this. This is why I like the 320. I like the
I'm
classic
not
look.
rushed, so.
Yeah, but what do you think? Like, like, what would you recommend or what would you buy? You would rather go with this one or the other one?
I would personally. Okay, so I'm. Gonna
I
put-
think
I'm
the
gonna
other one, the
put-
dial looks cooler with the turbine. It just looks flows better. That's just my opinion.
So I will put it this way. So that watch, they're gonna end up selling more of than this one because when they were making this watch, it was not selling.
Yeah.
So another thing to consider is that tourbillons in general, if you put it next to anything else, like every customer that asks me for that watch, I automatically offer them that. Every single time I say, hey, look, this is the more bang for your buck watch.
Mm.
It's a killer. There's very few of them and it's 100 grand less. I think it's like all the way around a really amazing watch. You like a can't go wrong style watch.
Which one is that?
The blue turb.
Oh yeah.
It's 100K under a skeleton. My point being is that they're going to end up making more of the sunburst. So will the sunburst always be a higher price tag? Yes, it will always be a higher price tag, but I think this is like the better watch in my opinion. I would personally buy that over the sunburst. I'm not just saying that because we have it here. I'm seriously saying because I like classic watches. Like that's why.
It's so funny. I remember when that watch came out and it was like I could get it for like 110, 120. I'm like, nobody bought watches for 100 grand. Back just in 2017, like
Yeah,
$100,000 watch. Was
I know.
unheard of.
I was able to get the white one for 30.
That's when
and I'm like,
The
I'm not paying
5980 was
30
like the
grand for a
craziest
steel,
watch,
man.
and it was 75 grand. You know, and it was like
there's
extraordinarily priced.
and the Rolex, but
was it blue,
I
right?
think I'm not selling
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Rolex now. So
Does it come in a lighter blue?
But wasn't it a factory style?
that's all factory. It's not.
The green
it's not
is where it's
diamond
at.
or
I
anything.
know the new green
Well,
one's gonna be.
The green one of this is where it's at.
Oh yeah, the,
Yeah,
green,
but
the
I mean,
titanium and green
so
too
now-
is really dope.
I was, but we're buying this.
I don't know.
Okay.
You can.
I don't know what the Rolex looks like, so I don't know like how because he offered for both, so I don't know
Yeah,
how
I mean,
that.
I
like-
have it. Just the Yacht Master.
So 135 for the pair. This is brand new or it's used.
No, I
the
wore
way
it for a
here.
year.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Missing.
Welcome. That's unreal. That's unreal.
going?
The first welcome here in this place is like you need to avoid these elevators. How are you? Hi. You well, mate? You well? Hi.
How's it going?
Wait, there's some place, mate.
What can I get you to drink, bro?
I have some. Fucking, I need some energy, mate. You well? How are you?
Good, thanks.
Hi.
I'll be over with you.
Take your time. Take your time. This is cool, mate. This is cool. How many people have you guys working?
When I joined, we were 5. Now we have 15. I joined last year.
That's so weird. By the way, I have this conversation. 2 cameras are fucking at exactly the same time pointing at me. That was mad. Oh, that's class. How are you, bro?
What's up, bro? Good.
You well?
Yes, sir. You?
I'm impressed, bro.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Appreciate it.
Fair fox.
Thanks, bro.
You move our ends like it's not tomorrow.
Yeah. Last week, like Brandon was here. What? 10 days ago? You saw?
Yeah.
We had 2 cases full. Okay. I was on vacation myself, bro. I didn't know what's going on.
There's not even a full case now.
Bro, they
It's
sold
crazy.
19 Richards actually since I've been on in like 8 days.
And this is all Miami, all local.
No, not all Miami.
This is all US.
A lot Miami privates, a lot, but like also Dubai, we were pretty big. Hong Kong, like they all buy from.
Has anyone from like your childhood asked you like, what do you do? And you explain it to them, and they're just like, "What the fuck do you mean you sell watches?" It
Yeah,
doesn't-
like-
it doesn't even make sense. Like, there's stores for that. They're like, "What do you mean?" And then you explain it to them, and they're like, "What?" And like, "How much is that?" And you tell them, and they're like, "So you posted that in FedEx to your customer?" And you're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "What?" Or my client flew in from Dubai just to pick up a watch, and they're like, "What do you mean? Like, doesn't even make sense." Like, but it's incredible.
It's a
People
cool-
love learning about it too.
It's the coolest job in the world. Luckily, unfortunately, we're able to make a living out of it, make money, some a bit more than others, may I add.
I think that in the past, during COVID, the whole watch industry is completely changed.
It is completely
crazy.
changed. But there's
Fucking
one thing,
crazy.
right? There's one thing we all really, really must not forget, right? As stupid and not commercial I'm ABM is forward seeing I want to be, right? In a market, it's easy to make money in a market that goes up, right? It's going to be difficult to make money in a market that goes down, and it would be very ignorant to think that a market doesn't go down, because
100%.
every market will go down. We need to be prepared for that market going down, so you now have the time to build your customer base rather than your dealer base. You see what I mean? And this is a business where we're preparing for, because whenever that market goes down, our company is ready. See what I mean? We're ready there. Now, a Rolex market won't go down because there's simply not enough watchmakers to produce those watches. The next person that tells me that Rolex is holding watches back, I'll smack them in the face. It's the fucking load of bollocks ever.
I don't. Whoever jumped to that conclusion or came to that conclusion, there's no real thought behind it, in my opinion. I mean, it doesn't. It'd be like you just keeping back all your god tier merch, just sitting, in your office. Fuck, I got it all in the back, Yeah. Like, it doesn't make sense. And legitimately, the watchmakers are not able to produce watches. I mean, it's a fact. And I've seen this firsthand myself, even now with our watchmakers here that repair our stuff. We have 3 watchmakers full-time, always going for us, and they literally can't even do repairs. So let alone making an entire watch.
It is insane. People seem to not realize that watchmaking is a dying breed. Was a dying breed, right? Meaning that there's a lot of watchmakers very old, and a lot of watchmakers are retiring.
Yes.
Just a point. There's a small pool of new watchmakers coming in, but how much of these new watchmakers are qualified or good enough to actually go into the luxury watch industry instead of the normal watch industry? Who wants to choose to work for Rolex, right? Now, to give you an idea, right? All these luxury brands, and let's call 10 luxury brands, are all pulling out are all fishing in the same pool of watchmakers. And just hire more watchmakers, but like, you can steal them from Patek Philippe, and then why the fuck would he move?
Good luck taking that guy.
Why the fuck would he move? Offer him more money. So if you offer him more money, then it means that the cost price of a watch, each watch is going up, meaning that the cost of a watch, it's just a vicious circle, right? And the demand, well, this is all happening. Demand is growing. Now, this is very interesting. We're in a very interesting period, but I believe that there will be a time that the normal gold Rolexes will be back in the windows. You're saving your steals, you're safe there. 100%, the price will go up, but you're safe. But we all need to be prepared for a market that goes down, because
100%.
that's it. And next to that, we have the opportunity to really change the industry and to change the way we buy watches. If you look at, for example, ADs, I don't want to suck anyone's fucking ass or fucking lick someone's ass.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an AP, mate.
to get your your.
I don't want to lick someone's ass to spend my hard-earned money.
On the flip side too, imagine this. Imagine you wait, and I've used this as an example before. You wait 3 years to get your Daytona, right? You bought all the shit that you don't want. You finally got it. You were on top of the world. You had a good job. Your family was good. You get it. You have it for 6 months, and something happens. Your car fucking breaks down. Your house floods. Whatever happens in your life, it could be anything. And you have that hard decision where, wow, I might have to sell my watch right now.
You'll never be able to buy one.
And you can never get it back. Not only on top of that, you sell it, and to get the cherry on top of the cake is your Rolex dealer calls you and says, hey, I saw your watch that you sold. I don't give a shit that you're down and out right now. You're never buying a watch from us ever again.
Yeah. So
imagine that. It's like a kick in the nuts after everything's done. So that's the craziest part.
Let me tell you one thing, and everyone knows I'm a big Rolex fan, but fuck you Rolex, and fuck you authorized dealers, all of yous, by treating your customers so fucking bad. Fuck you.
That's a crazy thing too.
Fuck you. Like, literally, I fucking hate it. The attitude, the arrogance. And this is actually something that could potentially damage the industry. The attitude of the authorized dealers.
Nothing's for sale.
Nothing is for sale. And I know, okay, you can explain it a different way. And I know, do you have you can complain about it. Well, you don't have a solution. I understand that, but it's all about attitude as well. Because your customer should be number one. The customer is the reason of your company. not the other way around.
100%.
The customers are not an interruption of your work, right? So it's fucking mind-blowing, and this is what the demand, the reason why we're in this situation is the lack of supply and the high demand, right? But the way that authorized dealers are working today is literally gonna destroy the demand moving forward.
It's
because
crazy.
People don't give a shit anymore at a certain point. So you need to really be careful with that.
I mean, not even in their defense too, it's like there is a lot of people coming in, right? And they are differentiating
Yeah.
the flippers from the collector and stuff like
100%.
that. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing with us, right? And it's like some guy calls in on the phone and maybe he wants to, just waste time, right? He just
Yeah.
has a bunch of questions. You still have to give that same customer service to that
Same.
guy that maybe might want to spend $500K or might want to just talk on the phone for an hour or might want to spend $5K or whatever it may be. And I mean, I've heard a lot of horror stories recently about bad experiences. I mean, I don't know how it is over by you too, because there's even less authorized dealers, I'm sure, than over here.
It's insane, man. It's
So
insane.
it must be really tough.
It is. And listen, it's hard for an AD, and I respect that, but maybe it's time that Rolex takes control over their own sales channels and literally kicks out these independent authorized dealers. Go fuck yourself. There's only one solution on this. Rolex taking control over their own sales channels. It's interesting because Tudor has done that. They've done something with an online sales with Tudor, right? To test this in
Do you
the
know
UK.
how that went? Did it like
Very well.
Really?
So what you can see is that Rolex is testing things out, clearly testing things out with Tudor, right? And let me say to you one thing, right? If Rolex is going to be the first company to sell, or if Rolex ever sells watches online, it's going to go through one company and one company alone.
Imagine that. Imagine checking out.
Mark my words, in 3 or 4 years, we're going to probably see Hodinkee be the first ever authorized dealer of Rolex. Online.
I could see that. I can
Yeah.
honestly see that.
So Rolex needs to take control themselves and kick out and take the dealerships off these independents, because they can open every boutique themselves. They don't need, first of all, they don't need that. Why the fuck are they allowing other dealers 35%, and then as well?
All the other brands already took that approach. It's a hard pill to swallow from the authorized dealer perspective, because you do build a brand for so long and then it becomes hot and then you lose it.
Yeah.
But brands like Rolex, right? There's thousands and thousands of authorized dealers, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Even just culling, some of the dealers into the ones that are being more reasonable or fair, more customer. I would say the best term is customer driven, right? That's the most important thing. And honestly, the customer driven authorized dealer also helps us, right?
Yeah.
Because it holds us to that customer service standard that they would get at the.
Do you think that the customer service standard of a Rolex dealer is high?
Right now, I think that gray market dealers are providing better service.
It's not even up for question. I feel awkward, and with me many others, I feel awkward the moment I walk into a Rolex boutique. People look you up and down and think you're fucking nothing.
And then they
It's
tell you,
fucking-
it's funny because I don't know if you watch like much comedy, but there's the same thing at the airport. And I don't know if you ever went to go check your bag, and it's like 50 pounds, right?
Ah.
And your bag is 51, and the guy looks at you and he's like actually excited, and he's like, oh, it's 51 pounds,
Ah.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's
you're
gonna
lying,
be
you're
$150, baby. And it's like, dude, you're not like, help me out, man. Let me take my. She's like, no, $150. And it's the same thing kind of at these authorized dealers too, where you walk in and they're all walking around. You're looking, oh, we don't have anything. Here's my card. I'll have a good day. And then you text them, no, nothing, or they don't respond, or hey, look, we're not selling you anything, or go buy that diamond chain, or whatever it is. So I think I even tell people this too here, and that differentiates us from the dealers, authorized dealers at least. If a customer calls you at 8 o'clock and it's your great customer and it's a Friday night and you're about to go out to dinner with your whoever, wife, fiance, girlfriend, whoever it may be, and they say, hey, look, I really need a favor. I need you to, help me out and deliver this watch to me. It's my anniversary or whatever. You best believe that you're going to try everything you can to get that watch
I
to
will
the
deliver.
customer.
My customers go first.
Of course.
My business and my customers are first.
And if you ask an authorized dealer to...
Fuck that. You're lost in a line, mate. If I walk into a Rolex boutique, which is not Rolex, but it needs to look like Rolex, mate. First of all, the training of the staff.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh.
Setting time, changing a strap,
Man.
taking out a link.
I am like, at this
Holy
day date,
shit.
I literally, I have this on camera. I shit you not. I have this on camera. Glasgow. One Rolex dealer in Glasgow. I have this Rolex day date, right? And I asked this salesperson, right, is this platinum or white gold? And he fucking couldn't tell me. And I'm like, are you absent? The platinum doesn't have a fucking fluted bezel, you dick.
Yeah, that's.
And he was just staring at it,
and he was
like,
looking like, no, I need to ask. And like, this is a
like,
sales
the catalog.
Yeah, I swear, this is a sales representative. How can a sales advisor, sales representative, say that, like, advise a customer? I have a video of a Rolex dealer in fucking Vegas. I shit you not. I was on the point to buy a fully factory diamond set platinum Daytona. I shit you not. I have this on video right here. She's on her phone playing a game, and I literally have it on my phone. You know what happened? I stood up.
Playing a game.
Playing a game. I shit you not. I shit you not what happened here, right? Because, like, I stood up and I was like, you are a disgrace for Rolex. You are a disgrace for this industry. And I literally shouted at her. And you can ask, 2 friends of mine were with me. You are a disgrace on your phone when I'm asking you questions here, you can't even answer it. You have no interest. This is a $150,000 watch, which is now significantly more. Should have bought it anyway. But I was so pissed off, and I shit you not, I have it here on my phone. Like, genuinely, mate. I'm just doing this. Like, genuinely. She said, what's this? She's literally playing a video game, mate. Like, is this what it should be? Like, I was like so baffled. I was so baffled.
She's sitting like how I sit here, like to relax.
I was so baffled that I was like, I need to grab my phone. I need to film this. I literally stood up, and I'm like, you are a disgrace you are a disgrace to this industry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, the fact that you represent a company like Rolex, you should be embarrassed.
That's not right.
It's not right.
It's making the whole industry look bad.
You make everyone look bad. Yeah. But you know what? Do whatever the fuck you want. At least we are gonna stand out. You see what I mean? Fuck that.
That's our defining, the defining moment is being able to provide customer service. That's the most important, at least for us, it's the most important thing. Be most above everything else, because at the end of the day, everyone can sell a Rolex Batman, right? There's 5,000 flippers, 10,000 traders, but people buy you. They buy you because they want to come in and have a laugh and mess around, or they buy us because they like our personalities or whoever it may be. And that's why people even call in, they'll say, hey, I want to talk to RITZ, or hey, I want to talk to YASH, or hey, I want to talk to Sean, whoever it may be, because they like you for you. And I mean, that's crazy that she thinks in her mind that this watch is going to sell itself no matter what's going to happen here. So I'm going to play fucking whatever, Happy Birds or whatever on my phone.
The fucking harsh truth is that it will sell itself. So that's why they learn to not give a fuck.
Mark my words.
Which is not bad. Which is not good.
Words. We're not far off where this is becoming a problem. It's already a problem, but this is where people will turn up.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you one thing: the authorized dealers, the independent authorized dealers, the jewelers that sell Rolex are destroying Rolex. Let me make this statement, right? The so-called long-term family jewelers, like these, are destroying the brand Rolex. The way they treat their customers. This is the watch world as it is today. Let me tell you one thing, these dealers are destroying the brand name Rolex. And that hurts me because it is my fucking biggest passion.
Yeah.
And I can buy, these ceramic Daytonas, I can buy one now, today, new, brand new from AD, no problem. I just have to pay off a few people. That's what's wrong with this industry.
My question, I want to hear what you think about this actually though. So if you put yourself in the authorized dealer's shoes, let's say all customer service aside, everything aside, right?
Yeah.
And a guy walks in and he gives you the story of, I've been dying for this Daytona, I really want it, I've been working for it, I got my money saved. He buys it, right? You give him everything that he needs and he leaves, and you sold it to him for $14,150, I think the retail of a Daytona is. And he walks outside, and in front of your authorized dealer, you see him passing the Daytona to the gray market, and then him getting $50,000.
Would break my heart. So, in a way, the authorized dealers are right to do that.
Yes.
Right, in a way. And this is exactly the reason.
How do you, but my question is, what you think is the best way to, I ask people this all the time. What's the
this
best way
is
to
take
combat
away
it?
the Rolex dealerships from those people. Take the Rolex dealerships away from these independent dealers. That's the only way you can fix this. And have this controlled by Rolex.
Yeah.
And there's literally, okay, you want this watch, apply for this watch, and every week there's a rotation, or there's a lottery or whatever. Like, you see what I mean? Okay, you've
A more
applied
fair
for this
way, a more
in a
fair
fair, in an extreme fair way. This is all centralized. That's it.
Yeah.
You can use the authorized dealers now by taking over, stripping away their dealerships and use that as a dispatch point. You see what I mean?
That's really interesting. I wonder what effect that would have on the market.
It would literally destroy. It would now. It wouldn't. I don't think it would destroy the secondary market. I think it would actually boost the secondary market in a way because it's less accessible again, but it's all done fair, right? Because this is my problem: the integrity of this industry lacks integrity, and the least integrity I have ever seen in this industry is not the gray market, man. It's the authorized dealers.
I think the gray market dealers actually have probably one of the highest integrities of any other
A deal is a deal. Your word is your word.
That's everything.
Authorized dealers, they're for sale.
All right, what's going on, guys? Today is Monday morning. It is 11:30 a.m. We are checking into the office and getting ready for a very busy and hopefully eventful day. We actually have 4 client meetings. So I have 4 client meetings set up today, and hopefully they're going to go well. I am expecting for some big things to happen, so not going to set my excitement level super high yet, but definitely are anticipating a few incredible things to happen today. So I'll catch up with you guys when that happens. But to catch you guys up with what happened over the weekend, we actually had a very, very good weekend at TPT. So starting off, we sold a rose gold 41mm skeleton rainbow bezel, which I think you guys have maybe seen before on our channel. So that rose gold is going out to a wholesaler. Now that being said, we doubled down. We actually sold a white gold rainbow 41mm skeleton as well. So both pieces sold over the weekend. Very exciting. On top of that, we also have a customer coming in this morning who had recently bought an RM5. He's going to be trading that in for an RM10. So I think I explained this to you guys in a few videos, maybe a few videos ago, that customers oftentimes don't sell their RMs. They often trade up, or they'll trade down a big piece into a few other pieces. It's very rare that you see a guy just straight up sell his RM. So to be honest with you, I'm not surprised that my boy Taylor is coming in to trade his 5 in for his 10. And also I wanted to mention one other thing that happened that was pretty crazy. We also sold a 41mm frosted white gold skeleton. So 3 skeletons sold in 1 week. 2 with rainbow bezels, 1 without rainbow bezel. Really exciting weekend. Happy to see all the customers picking up great pieces, and I'm excited to show them to you guys as well. So when they come in, we'll show them to you guys. One watch brand that I was talking to you guys about before was Aventi, and actually one of my customers is going to be receiving a very good piece from them in the near future. So that means that I'm going to have to make a little bit of space in the personal collection in order to be picking it up. I'm going to be showing you guys something and letting you know that I did sell my blue Aventi. So it actually is right here with me. I just brought it into the office. It's going to be going out to a friend of mine today, actually, within the next like 30 minutes. So I sold it over the weekend, making space for that new piece that's coming in. Really excited for the guy who picked this up, and I'm really excited to see my new Aventi that's coming in. Hopefully will come soon. Waiting for my client to actually get it. He received the allocation, and I begged him, and he ended up giving it to me. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'll let you guys know when it comes in, and I will be very happy to hear what my new friend thinks about this Aventi that he's picking up, the blue sapphire. Thank you, guys.
This is exciting. This is a new experience for me because I'm not used to visiting such a nice office. Usually it's a boutique experience. So this is new for me. Very exciting.
So you found us on YouTube?
Well, I didn't. This guy did.
Really? Yeah. No way.
That's awesome. So he's been watching you guys for a while, and when I say I'm looking for, I'm always looking for watches, and I haven't really expanded my collection in a while. Because that's what happens when you have kids. You kind of stop spending money on yourself and start spending money on them. And now, I'm looking for something new for my wife and or me. And he says, well, before you do anything, you got to go to these guys. So he's been calling you. I just got back from Paris last night. I was in Paris last night, but I got back today, and he says he woke up this morning. These kids, this is their cousins.
Okay.
And they said, I don't want to go to school. So how about we play hooky today?
Really?
So we're playing hooky, and he says, well, only if you take me here because you've been looking anyway. So here we are playing hooky from school.
So you have the best dad and uncle ever to be able to let you guys play hooky and come look at watches. So
well, his mom is out of town, so it's easy for me to get permission. I wear this one every day most
Classic.
of the time, which is the Zenith movement, which is nice. The first owner, box and paper.
You bought it from Rolex directly?
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. That's before your guys' time, right? Where you could walk in and buy a watch from the store.
Yeah. I have never actually I'll admit, I've never bought a used watch before. I've never sold a watch I've owned.
Really?
I've bought and held watches.
So
I just think that and even I have some other brands that back in the day were something. Like I even have an Bell. Who cares about an Bell? But I'm not selling it. It's worth nothing, and it has it's classical memory for me that I bought. Its first chronograph at the time, before you were born, probably.
Probably, yes. So that's what I like to hear, is that you buy watches, based on not just what's hot in the market or what people are looking for, but it's also that memory attached to it that makes it really important and special.
That was at the time the thinnest ever automatic chronograph.
Wow.
Two-tone black face, which in those days, in the 90s, was really hot. Now it's like you can't even sell it if you wanted to, but the point is, it has a story behind it, and I just don't sell it.
And that's the most important part,
Yeah. I'm always looking for something new, something different, and I've had my eyes on a watch that I passed on some time ago, and I don't know if it's even still available. I don't keep up with the market the way that he does anymore.
Yes. How old are you?
My dad does.
14.
My dad actually lives in Switzerland.
No way.
Right in a little town with a little boutique. So all we do when we go there is just look at watches. But it's been a while because of COVID.
Of course.
It was a rose gold, blue face, leather strap Audemars.
So I think I actually just might have one. I think I might actually have one.
I think it's rose gold though, right? If I remember correctly.
So.
And I have no idea what it costs.
So these are actually the old style. So this is the 26320 OR. So this was one of the more classic Royal Oak designs, whereas this is the new style 26331 OR. Mm-hmm. So you notice the two-tone dial with the gold sub-dials, the blue dial, as opposed to the all black or all white dial. That was the traditional look. Everyone goes for the blue because that's like the very in-demand color, but I personally like the chocolate a lot. I think it looks amazing.
It does look really nice, and I don't know if it's trendy for me as much as I just love the color blue. The logo of my company is blue. I wear blue. It's always blue somewhere.
Yes.
I'm not wearing it obviously, but even my iWatch or my Apple Watch is
blue strap.
Blue strap. I don't know what it is. I just like blue. I actually, believe it or not, if I were to go for this watch, I probably won't go for the chronograph.
The non-chronograph.
I don't know if that exists or not. It doesn't matter that much, but I actually like the simplicity of the look of the
classic Royal Oak look.
Yeah.
So that being said, they actually do make the blue dial non-chronograph.
Would you mind?
Of course.
Taking a look at one of these?
Of course. So they do make the blue dial, but they only make it in full gold. So they actually don't make it from the factory on the leather. And then a few Rolexes. So we're not the biggest Rolex guys. However, we do keep a few on hand. We got cleaned out a little bit for the holidays, but we're hanging in there.
So clean.
And I obviously like Rolex, but I never really understood that Rolex is as popular as Audemars or others, because they actually don't keep time that much, and they're not artists in the way that they make their
other
movements.
brands.
No.
So
it's all marketing.
That's the interesting thing. It's marketing.
It's all marketing.
But the thing is,
May
when
I
you think
pick
watch,
this up?
of course, please.
Thank you.
When you think watch, you think Rolex America. So that's the hardest part.
Cool. This one is cool, John.
Which one do you guys like? You want to see this
I
one?
like this one.
So that is called, actually, in today's market, the Starbucks. So
Oh,
you'll
it's the
see it,
Starbucks?
and you'll see the colorway, and that's what will remind you of Starbucks for sure. So this is a more classic watch.
Try it on.
My
I
favorite
like
watch
that
is the Deep Sea.
Really?
The Deep Sea.
That's a big watch. I wish I had one here to show you. It's actually a very big watch, though.
It is.
So,
This is nice. I
anything
mean,
which will
you
be
have
safe.
honestly the nicest collection that I've seen in a very long time. I mean,
You haven't seen the real fun stuff yet, though. The grand finale. We've been toying around.
Hey, can I?
It's the Bugatti.
So now I'm sure this was an amazing year for you.
Wow.
Because a lot more companies were started. A lot of people took advantage of
Oh my
COVID
God,
to
the
start
last 2
businesses.
years.
Can I take a picture?
Of course. You can hold it.
So you're armed forces too, or former armed forces somewhere?
Padre.
country in Europe.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
whole thing
skeleton
is-
too.
This is insane.
Wow.
So it has a tourbillon.
Let me-
It also has what's called an animation. So that's going to be the cylinders moving. The watch is actually designed after the Bugatti Chiron. So if you look at the watch from the
Yes.
front, you'll notice this is the grille of the Bugatti Chiron.
Wow.
And these are the sides of the Bugatti Chiron. So that's the iconic grille shape from the Bugatti.
Incredible. And this is, what does this cost, this watch?
2 million.
Retails 300,000. We're asking 270,000 for it. And this is number 00 out of 100. So it's actually the original prototype made by Jacob. So to get that, we had a letter from Bugatti, we got a letter from Jacob, and we got the first one ever. And it comes with 3 unique bands that no one else has as well.
This is incredible. It is an amazing piece of art. And at the same time, to be honest with you, I would not like to wear it because I don't think it's that. It's an amazing piece of art. It's not something I'd like to wear. I don't think it's that pretty on my wrist.
Of course, and it's a big.
It's a hoodie.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much.
It's a bigger watch
Wow.
as well.
This is so kind. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we threw
Of course.
some crew necks in there too.
Thank you.
Man,
Of course.
This is what caught my eye.
So this is a really interesting watch. I'm glad that you picked that one up. So this was actually given to a polo team, sponsored by Richard Mille. There's actually only 20 of them. I've only seen 2 of them for sale. I've had this watch myself 3 times. And from my understanding, it was given to, of course, 20 polo players, and only 2 of them ended up parting with it. So the other 18, I believe, to be still on the players' wrists.
That's very neat. Now that's a nice one.
That's going to be a little bit different than this at Daytona.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. Look at this details on that. Do you have a magnifying?
Of course.
I want to see this up close. What is? I don't even dare ask what this one is.
So that one's 285,000.
Yeah, I can imagine. This is nice. It's nice and thin. Beautiful.
Really interesting watch, actually. So ultra thin and factory set.
Factory set?
So factory set meaning that the diamonds were placed on by Richard Mille factory.
This is very pretty, actually.
So this is called the med set. So if you notice, there's the streaks of gold running through it. So it's actually not full pave, but it still has that really elegant look. What happened? You fell in love? He's got it on.
This guy's he's got an appetite
He's got
for
good
luxury.
taste.
He's different.
Just like the watches, right?
I think so, but you know what? You are changing the way I think of these things. Now I'm a little more self-conscious wearing these things.
Businessman.
You know, but I do think you should wear it. You should enjoy it. So how do I get
Rafael
back in
Nadal.
touch with you? Because I just walked in, but I should have make an appointment next time and come in and sit down and
That would be great. So
get serious.
I'm actually glad that you guys came in when you did, because today was a little bit more quiet in the morning. Usually at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, this office is like, you can't even, I mean, everyone knows here, it's like ridiculous.
If I want to ask you questions, say, do you have this, do you have that, or the one I liked, do you have the blue one? If I want to follow
Yes.
up with you, yeah, it was a pleasure.
It was amazing meeting you
Really.
guys. I really appreciate you guys coming down. Thank you so much again.
It was a
Nice meeting you.
pleasure.
That was a great handshake, by the way.
Thank you.
I can tell he plays tennis.
Good.
And if you
Thank
guys
you
need
as well.
anything, let me know.
Yeah, thank you.